This story is about the most frustrating training camp I've ever done. It happened back in 2024 after my first elite season. The previous winter, I just trained on my cyclocross bike the whole time. It was cold, icy, and one day I just crashed hard. So that winter I decided, screw that, let's just train on the road this year. I had already spent like 3 weeks in Canary Islands, my own money, no team budget, no sponsors, and when I came back to Slovenia I only had about 300 euros left in my bank account. Around New Year it got freezing cold, below zero, snow incoming, and I really didn't want to lose the for my bill. So I looked for something cheap nearby and found this place in Istria, Croatia. It looked okay. Bed, small kitchen, 250 euros for 7 days, perfect, I thought. I packed all my food with me because I didn't have the budget to buy it there, and as soon as I arrive, the guy says, "Hey, you know you booked a room, right?" I'm like, "No, I booked an apartment." Then he says, No, room." And I'm standing there with a box full of groceries and nowhere to cook. Eventually he says, "Okay, you can use my own kitchen." Great, except he kept showing up every 5 minutes, checking up on me. He was knocking on my window, asking random stuff, constantly around. It felt worse than my parents. One morning, I'm sitting on my laptop, this old thing which only works when plugged in, and suddenly it shuts off. I'm like, what the hell? Then the guy appears at my window again. "Ciao Nathan, nema struje," which means there's no electricity. Anyway, the neighbor was fixing something and they cut the power for a few hours. I said screw it, jumped on my bike and went to train. A few days later, our team suddenly decides, 2 days before the weekend, that we're going to Istria for a camp. Classic organization. I'd already spent all my money, but they picked me up and our masseur goes, "How the hell did you survive next to that clown for a week?" I wouldn't last a day. At least it wasn't just me who thought he was insane. I left the place 3 days early, never asked booking for a refund. I just wanted to get out of there. Then of course, someone got sick at the camp. I caught the flu, 40 degrees Celsius fever, 1 week in bed, completely dead. All that effort to keep my form for nothing. But hey, that's cycling. Sometimes you win, and sometimes you get nema struje.